Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday Talks with Carrie. I'm Carrie and I'm here with a lot of supplies around me because today we're going to talk about how to kick a cold naturally, and very great timing because I have a cold, and so I thought, well, I've been doing a few things, they've been working, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. So thank you for joining me. I'm Carrie, like I said, and I come on here every week to share different things with you, things that I love, a product that I'm loving, a question that I've received, or just a different way that you can approach your health. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. And as a pharmacist, I'm going to give you a prescription not to go get that over-the-counter cold medicine because you feel like it's really bad this time and you just need it, right? Maybe you have used some of these natural things and you save those for when it's really not that bad, but yet when it gets like to that point, you're like, okay, I need something. I want to help you maybe not get to that point, but if you do, you have other options, right? I think sometimes we think these things are just for like every day, but when things get bad, I'm going to go do X. I've heard that so many times. So hopefully today I can give you some tips. Okay, so I have a lot to cover. And I'd love to take any questions that you have as I go through this information. So first off, when you have a cold, I want you to understand that your diet, whatever you eat, does matter because of a few things. So when speaking about a cold specifically, we're talking about having more congestion, we're having cough. Usually you don't have a fever with a cold, so I'm just going to mainly focus on congestion as far as when diet goes, as far as diet goes. So when you have more congestion, more prone to congestion at this point, you're going to want to stay away from dairy and gluten. Dairy especially is really, it loves to create more mucus in your body. That is a definite fact. And so if you are kind of drowning in mucus when you have a cold and you just kind of feel like you have snot everywhere, you're going to want to stay away from dairy as much as you can because it's only going to increase that. Gluten can be a trigger for people as well. And so if you know that it is for you, if it creates more inflammation in your body, that's only going to create more mucus as well. And so another thing is sugar. I think that's kind of a given, right? Sugar decreases our immune system, so you can't fight it off as well either. But sugar increases your secretions as well. So those things, it really does matter what you eat during a cold. And water is going to be a big part of your diet, I hope. That's going to help clear out that mucus. It's a mucolytic, so it's going to help decrease the amount of mucus that you have, break it up, get it out of your body. It's also going to help your body run better, your immune system run better. So water is just, it's important, but definitely when you have a cold or any kind of illness, it's definitely going to be to your benefit to make sure you drink plenty of water. And again, that goes without saying that things like tea or coffee that you put a lot of creamer or sugar in, or Cokes, I'm just going to be straight up with y'all. It's a definite no for me. It's a hard no. Okay, so when you think about what you eat, you're also going to want to think about what might be a heavier meal or something that's going to take a longer to digest, because if your body's spent your body's processing and systems are spent digesting food, that means that your immune system is not going to work as well either. So you have to think about those types of things. So I like to stay with things that are easy to digest. I like to eat soups, maybe sip on some bone broth. There's a reason why chicken and rice or chicken noodle soup might have been a great remedy, especially if it's homemade. That's going to help your body get over a cold quicker. So also things like fruit and smoothies. I've been drinking some smoothies over these last few days because my throat's been sore, and so that really helps with a sore throat as well. So just whatever you kind of tend towards. If you want something that's carby or more starchy, maybe rice or maybe a sweet potato, something like that. But just try to stay away from the processed foods and a lot of meat and heavier breads and things like that. It's only going to decrease the way that your immune system can perform. Okay, so next is rest. And I think we know these things, but I just want to reiterate them because it really does matter. I know sometimes, especially this time of year, it's like we just have all of these things going on and we feel like we just can't rest. But here's the thing, if you push your body to the limit, it's going to be like, I'm done. And so if you want to get over this quicker and without just feeling terrible, you're going to want to rest before your body gets to that point. And so that's what I'm trying to do. There was Thanksgiving, and then there was my birthday on Sunday, and so there was different things that I was doing, but yet I took time to rest. Maybe I didn't get up as early. Maybe I haven't been working out as much as I would have normally been, just because I want to give my body that extra amount of rest. So I feel like that's a big one. Stress obviously decreases our immune system as well, and it creates a lot of inflammation in our body, which is what we're trying to decrease and trying to help our body kind of overcome. So that's a big one as well. And sometimes you're just going to have to say, no, I can't go to that commitment, or I need to sit this one out, or whatever it might be, and just make sure that you honor what your body is trying to tell you to do. Because if you're feeling tired and you're run down, then that's your body's way of saying, I need a break. Okay, so baths are another way that I love to rest and relax and just kind of, they play a lot of different roles, but baths to me are very healing. They're very restful. They just help my body kind of come to a state of less stress and relaxation. And so there's another role that baths play as well, and that is they open your pores. And so I'm going to get to that in just a minute, but that's going to be really crucial when you think about putting things on your skin after the bath. So we're going to get there in a minute. Okay, so let's talk about a few natural remedies that I like to use, and then we're going to go into oils. So I was going to do this anyway, so I'm like, hey, I'm just going to do it on camera. Always exciting when that comes around, right? Okay, so I love to do a little bit of elderberry when I don't feel well, as far as with a cold or with a flu. It has shown to have some great effects for decreasing viral infections and things like that in your body, and so why not just add it in? I actually make my own. I get my mix from a local business, Back to Basics, and then I actually put oils in this. So I put like cinnamon and clove and ginger. We have a great recipe on our website, anaturalshift.com, if you want that. But I like to do a shot glass of elderberry. So I'm going to put a little bit of elderberry in here. And then I also love to do vitamin C. But I do a different kind of vitamin C when I'm sick. I do this liposomal vitamin C. And I don't want you to misunderstand me. I always take this vitamin C when I take it. I don't take another one when I'm not sick. I just mean I don't take vitamin C every day. I usually only take it when somebody in the house is sick and I don't want to get that, or if I'm actually feeling run down and sick. So this is lipospheric vitamin C, and it's much better absorbed by our body than the tablets or the powders. And so if you're taking like Emergen-C, switch over to this. It's much more effective and much better absorbed by your body. But the way that this comes is in a gel packet. And so you're going to want to take off the top of the gel packet, and then you put it in water or some kind of liquid. And so what I like to do is just kind of double duty. I like to put it with the elderberry in this little shot glass. So I'm going to, I don't know if you can see this on Facebook, but I'm going to squeeze it in, and it's kind of a gel. It doesn't taste that great, but you can't taste it if you put it in water. And then I'm just going to shoot it like a regular shot glass, bottoms up. So that is one thing I love to do. I'll do that about 2 or 3 times a day. And so now that's kind of some of the other natural remedies I like to do. And then the other things are oil related. So I'm going to go ahead and do my shot glass of oregano. Not the whole shot glass, just 1 drop. So oregano is awesome for bacterial or viral infections that you might have, and it's great for sore throats as well because it gets right there to the actual area that's inflamed. And so you could do oregano in a veggie cap, and I'm going to actually make a veggie cap so you can understand what that is. But it's just a way to get the oils internally. So you could totally do that, but I find that even though this is very intense, it's a lot more readily absorbed by my body, and it's just a lot more effective to take it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some water in this shot glass, and then I'm going to make sure I have this water handy as well. And I'm going to put 1 drop of oregano. If you've never used oregano, it's very strong. Caution. So if you ever get on your skin, it's probably going to burn. You just need to put some coconut oil on it or some other type of carrier oil. But if you take it internally, let's see, 1 drop is all you need. Then you should be fine without a carrier oil or anything like that. So 1 drop in a shot glass of water. Try not to get it on your lips, and then you just gargle with it. So I'm not going to do that right now, but I wanted to show you how I make it just for sake of time. Okay, So let's move on to making a veggie capsule. So a veggie cap is just basically making your own natural remedy capsule. And it's a way to get the oils internally, which they work a lot better and on a much of a deeper level when you take them internally. And so I don't make veggie caps like this every day, but whenever I am sick, I want to kind of give my body more support, and this is the way that I can do that. This is a way that I can do that. Okay, so I have picked a mixture of 4 different oils, and I'll tell you why. So frankincense is the first oil in here. Frankincense is excellent for increasing your immune system, and it's also great for decreasing inflammation. So I'm just going to show you how I'm making this veggie capsule in case you're curious and have never made one. So I like to rest my finger on the 2 fingers that have the capsule, just for kind of steadiness. And then I'm going to balance the bottle right over the veggie cap and put 2 drops in there. So that's the first oil. Second oil is rosemary. And rosemary is really great for your respiratory system, and it's actually an expectorant. So that's going to help you get out all the mucus and maybe even help dry it up as well. So I'm going to take my capsule and put 2 more drops in there of rosemary. Next oil is lavender. Lavender is an antihistamine, and it's also calming as well. And so it's great for pain too. So if you have a sore throat, putting lavender right here on your throat is a really great thing to do. But lavender is one that's known for kind of if you have that allergy type of congestion. And so I love to add this one, 2 drops of that. And then lastly is Melissa. Melissa is very, very strong antiviral oil and antibacterial. So it's just really great for your immune system and for anything that you have going on pretty much. So these are kind of like, this is like the big guns, okay? So I'm going to put 2 drops of Melissa. And so that is my natural remedy capsule. And I'm going to take that with a sip of water. And so the great thing about making those is you don't taste the oils, and it's just a really easy way to get them internally. So these are very inexpensive. You can pick them up with your doTERRA account if you have one of those, or you can get them at like local food stores. Okay, so those are some oils I like to take internally. And so now I want to talk to you about like using them topically. So I love to use actually the oils all 3 ways. And so one that I love to use topically is Breathe. And Breathe is for the respiratory system. So if you have a cough or if you just have congestion, this is always a great choice. So what I like to do is just put 2 drops in my palm, rub them together, and then I'm going to put them right here on my chest and neck. And it's going to be really great for opening up my respiratory system, my nasal passages. So I love to just get in there and get it all throughout my system. Also, it's great to put oils in your chest, and you can kind of do this little tent with your shirt and breathe them in that way. So if you've never done that, it's really great too. This in a diffuser is also really great for nighttime. I actually did that last night because I couldn't go to sleep that well. And so I put Breathe in the diffuser with lavender, and it worked really great. Okay, lastly for topical use, well, not last, a couple more. Forgot I was going to mention those. So rose is really great for your immune system too. And so I like to put rose right here on my lymph nodes, on my throat area. And so I'll just rub it in right there, and I can tell my lymph node is swollen right there. So I like to put it right on the sides. If you have a sore throat, lavender is great. I already mentioned that. If you have a sinus headache, past tense is really good. That's the tension blend. You can kind of put some right here on your temples and on the top of your, right by your hairline. You can also use Digestin, which is the digestive blend, but it's also really good to help open up your sinuses. So you can put right here a little bit on your fingers, and you can rub it right here on the your sinus area, and it's going to help open it up. It's really an awesome trick. So if you've never tried that and you have sinus pain, try that. One more thing that you can do if you have a lot of congestion, or if you're having sinus pressure, like you have just congestion and it won't come out, it's kind of too thick. So you can do what's called the steam mug, and I actually have a tutorial on my Instagram TV or on Facebook if you scroll or look on the video section. And it's excellent. I haven't done it this time because it'll actually dry you out if you don't have that sinus pressure and if you don't have a lot of mucus coming out. Mine's coming out fine, so I haven't done that this time, but it's a really awesome trick if you're having, especially the sinus pressure. I love to do it for that. Let me see if I missed anything. I think that was it. And so I hope this helped you all. As you know, I just want you to leave you with this. Yes, colds are really aggravating, right? I mean, especially a cold, it's usually like just bad enough to make you feel bad, but not bad enough to like keep you home from work a lot of times. And so we just keep on going, right? Which, yes, that's awesome. I've kept going this week, and since I've had this cold, and it's, you know, it's just kind of been nagging. But here's a few things. So first off, colds are actually good for your immune system if you let your immune system do what it's trying to do, instead of just taking something over the counter or taking something that's synthetic and stopping what it's trying to do just to make you feel better. And I don't mean that in an ugly way. I just mean if you'll just let your body do what it's trying to do and support it in these ways, you'll be much better off after you get rid of this cold. Your immune system is going to be much stronger than if you were to try to stop what it's already trying to do. So, this is not a bad thing. It's just more of an aggravating thing, but you can get through it and just kind of control the symptoms and speed up the process and be much better on on the other side. But also, if you use some of these things that I mentioned, it's going to be great to help decrease the symptoms and help you to get over it quicker. And so these are some great tricks that you can use. I actually just remembered I forgot about the bath trick. So whenever you get out of a bath, and you're going to want to do a detox bath, I didn't mention that. We have a post on our website, naturalshift.com. You can search detox bath, and it'll come up and it shows you exactly how to do a detox bath. But if you could just do a regular bath if you wanted. But when you get out, it's great to apply oils topically. I love to do the Symphony of Sales protocol, which is a way that you use certain oils in a certain pattern on your spine, and they're great for helping your body kind of go just fight off whatever's going on a little bit better. Give it some extra support. So I love to do that. If you have any questions about that, I'd be happy to answer, because I know all of you aren't familiar with Symphony of Sales. But for sake of time, I might do another video on Symphony of Sales if you guys reach out and say you want more information on that. But I hope this has helped, and I hope that none of you get the cold. But if you do, just know that it's your body's way of getting stronger, and you can get through it in a little bit of a better way and be much better on the other side of it, right? So I will see you guys later. Thanks for joining me on Tuesday Talks. I'll see you next week. Bye.